All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to Night Moves here for Thursday, March 19th. We've got a big show planned. We've got day one of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament, or day three, however you want to look at it. We've got big action here. We'll preview 16 games coming up in just a moment. We will have abbreviated coverage of NBA and NHL because of our special coverage here tonight. Can't keep me up all night here with our big card on Thursday, but we will take a look at some of the action in the NBA and NHL. But it's mostly going to be about the NCAA tournament here on Night Moves for Thursday with our Twin 16s ready to go here with the NCAA tournament. Man, it's here. I hope you're ready. Hope you guys have had a chance. I don't know if anybody's going to enter in our bracket challenge, but did put the link in the description there from yesterday if you guys want to do it there. I thought it might be a little bit more popular, but I don't think anybody signed up, so no big deal. We'll preview the games and preview my picks here, try to bring home some winners on Night Moves for Thursday. We did have some winners here on Wednesday, certainly. Man, I'm 6-0 so far here at our picks on Night Moves. Let's see, I think that's right. We won we won the games there anyway here with our picks last night on Night Moves of the NCAA tournament. We did have Prairie View yesterday as our winner here, plus the points. Prairie View gets it done with the win. They're going dancing here. Great job by the Panthers. We had them plus the points, and I did have a premium in the Lehigh and Prairie View game to go under, and a premium winner there with the under over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also on Night Moves last night, we did have the over with SMU and Miami of Ohio. So we took it down here on the NCAA tournament. Another 2-0 day there with the winner there, SMU and Miami of Ohio game to go over, and we had that winner last night. Of course, the story was Miami of Ohio in that game, and taking it down there with a big number there, 89 points. I think it went over there at 168 there last night. It went over the 161.5, went down, of course, there, but we had the winner here on Night Moves last night. So, hey, we also did bring home some other winners here on Night Moves yesterday, including some NBA winners such as the Boston Celtics in their blowout win over the Golden State Warriors. We have the Celtics here on Night Moves. Also had a premium winner over at Tony's with the Portland and Indiana game to go over yesterday. That was my call. A big over there as Portland got the win on the road. Also, winner here on Night Moves last night, Toronto Raptors over the Chicago Bulls. They routed them by 30 with that win on the road. Also had a winner here on Night Moves with the Atlanta Hawks over Dallas, 135-120. Dallas gets that win. NHL did bring home a couple of trying to straighten it out here a little bit in the NHL. We did have a premium pick winner with the New Jersey Devils over the Rangers for a premium winner over at Tony's. Also brought home winner here last night on Night Moves with Dallas and Colorado game to go under, and boy, did it ever, in that 2-1 win in a shootout there last night in the game of the year so far between the two top teams there in the West. Dallas got the win in a shootout 2-1. So hey, we're going to try to bring home some more winners here on Night Moves, but I want to visit here real quick over at Tony'sPicks.com and see the top handicappers besides me here from the action on Wednesday. Let's go to take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot over at Tony's Picks. Let me bring it up here. Let me bring it up here on screen. Don't make sure I almost terminated the show. Wouldn't that be a disaster? Here, let me bring it up though. Visit our website, Tony'sPicks.com, for our premium picks every day over at Tony's Picks. And you can use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Thursday with the NCAA tournament. I'll also have some picks in some other sports as well. And look, we went 5-0 yesterday. Let me be on top of the handicapper leaderboards for once with all these guys, but it was a hot day for the cappers. Not saying it was easy pickings, but they all seem to do pretty well. There I am, though, 5-0. Let's highlight the plays here anyway for me, at least this time, since we had a perfect day. And take a look at where we excelled with our picks here on Wednesday. I had a winner here with Portland and Indiana game to go over there yesterday. Went over 231 for a winner. Over there also. There's that New Jersey winner, 6-3 over the Rangers. Also had that Prairie View under. There it is. There's a couple of other winners that I had. We mentioned the three winners, but also I had Atalanta and Bayern Munich over 3.5 for a soccer winner. And in college baseball, I had Clemson minus 3.5, and they rocked Citadel 9-3, broke away and pulled away there. Put me on top of the leaderboards here for once, 5-0. So make sure you're joining me over at Tony'sPicks.com on Thursday. And let's look at the other handicappers too. Come on, double shooty up there, 4-0 on the day. Nick Lagaretto's 5-2 for plus nearly 2 2/3 units. Hollywood Sam up 2 1/4 units yesterday. Ron Hahn 2-0. VIP account 3-1. Al Ninos, of course, wins his only play of the day. Jorge Gonzalez up 2-1 there yesterday. Solo Malone 3-2 on Wednesday, and Joey Tron was in the green as well with a 2-1 day. Last 7 days over at Tony'sPicks.com, Shane Mickle leads the handicapper leaderboards up nearly 6 1/4 units. Bo Dunn up over 3 units of profit. Kevin Thomas up a couple of units. Justin Stacks McKelvey up a unit and a third. Ron Crawford up a unit here over the last week. Last 30 days, it's Shane Mickle up nearly 9 2/3 units of profit. Brian Bittler up 3 3/4 units of profit. Stephen Duncan up 3.5 units over the month. Mills Young's up 2 units this month, and so is Tony T. Click on the handicappers, click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. All right, we're going to get rolling right to the action here in just a moment, but I want to thank everyone for joining me here on the show and being in the chat here. What we do is I preview the games and give you a chance to comment in the chat. Make your picks with me here for the games on Thursday. Like I said, we're going over 16 college basketball games in the NCAA tournament, and then abbreviated coverage of our NBA and NHL for once. I mean, there's a lot of games. We're going to preview just the best games in the major sports here, but it's mostly about the NCAA tournament. Hello in the chat too, Tim today, Chris Warren as well, and that's it so far. Maybe we'll give another minute or two here. We got a dozen of you in here so far. We can talk about a couple of games there yesterday with Miami of Ohio. Talked about the winners, but also how about Miami of Ohio making 16 three-pointers in the game. SMU kind of tumbled to the finish there. Miami advances to play Tennessee on Friday. Prairie View over Lehigh, 67-55, as mentioned. Look, it did turn out to be a low-scoring game. Like I said, I had that as the premium there, but Prairie View won their 8th game in a row. They had some durable guys in there. We talked about Dante Horn. He was 11 of 22 shooting. He had no assists. That's not his job. Keep shooting, Dante Horn. Prairie View advances. They'll take on Florida on Friday. So should be a great tournament here with getting underway with our Twin 16s over the next 2 days overall. So should be a good card. Some NIT action, though, yesterday. Some good games here. In the NIT tournament was Wake Forest defeating Navy. You might have got there last night with that one. It opened 11, closed 9, finished 10. And Wake Forest got the win 82-72. Dayton beat Bradley 80-66. The Flyers led by 17 at halftime. They've won 8 of 10. Illinois State knocked off Kent State by the score of 79-58. There in that one as the Redbirds led by 20 at halftime. Cruise to the victory. Game of the night, George Washington over Utah Valley 79-78. G-Dub led by 16 early in the second half, held on for the win. George Washington play New Mexico next at the Pit. Nevada over Murray 89-75 as Nevada got the win there in that one and got the money as well. And then late night was California over Illinois Chicago 91-73. Chris Bell, 31 points in that one. Cal made 15 three-pointers. Another late-night game with St. Joe's over Colorado State, 69-64 behind Derek Simpson, 13 points, 9 rebounds for the Hawks. There they'll play Cal. That's how it's working here. You kind of stay out there and end up playing Cal here on Sunday. I don't think they are going totally heads up with the NCAA tournament, but they will play on Sunday. So also one other interesting final was New Mexico over Sam Houston 107-83 as Lobos were dominating inside there in that one and got that win. Our night moves winner was St. Joe's and Colorado State game under in that 69-64 game, and it did indeed go under. All right, and let's see, we're going to wait just a few more people in here, then we'll get started and talk about the action here with our NCAA tournament games for Thursday. Going to be a great run here. Don't forget, you can enter our tournament over there at ESPN and get your brackets up there if you'd like. I had the link in the description yesterday, and hopefully I'll put it back in here today right after the show if you want to show me your brackets or whatever. I don't think I'm going to change up from my original bracket with the long shots in there. I know, like I said, if you're in a short field of people picking in a bracket contest, you should pick a lot of favorites, pick a lot of chalk. The bigger the field, the more long shots you should go with. So, all right, well, I hope we got some of the crew in here to go with us today. A little bit of a short crowd. I guess nobody's really interested in the NCAA tournament. So, don't worry. We'll be back to our usual NBA and NHL coverage here by the weekend when the teams start to fall. But today it's going to be all about the tournament. So, might as well get started. Maybe some people will show up here, and we'll get a rolling here right now with our coverage, shall we? Just to also mention, golf will be underway here in just a short time, a couple hours from now, a few hours from now anyway, at the Valspar here this week. They're playing the PGA event there. All right, here we go. I was hoping to have more of you here, but that's okay. Everybody's sleeping in, ready to get up and get early at the NCAA tournament. All right, we're going to go in chronological order here. It won't be by region, it'll be by time. So let's go ahead and start this one off. The Texas Christian Horned Frogs take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. NCAA action here for Thursday as we get ready to go here in the NCAA tournament. All right. You got TCU here, a 2.5-point dog, total 146 or so in this one. Number 8 seed Ohio State against the 9 seed TCU. Ohio State 21-12 on the season. TCU 22-11. Ohio State lost to Michigan 71-67 in the Big Ten quarterfinals. The stop 4-game winning streak. TCU, meanwhile, came in off a 73 loss to Kansas in the Big 12 tournament quarterfinals. TCU started the season 13-9, but won 9 of their final 10 regular season games to secure the tournament bid. TCU with Xavier Edmonds and David Punch, both all Big 12 players this season. They've got some top-end talent. They combined for over 13 rebounds per game, and both players are terrific rebounders. Tyson Chapman missed Ohio State's last game in the Big Ten quarterfinals with a groin injury, and the severity is really unknown, and the team hopes that he can return here for Thursday's matchup here. I think we might have a status update here overnight, but doesn't seem great here right now. Questionable still here at this point for Chapman coming into this one. So you got Ohio State here, like I said, favored by 2.5 in this one. Again, you guys comment in the chat with me, and then I'll show your pick on screen if here. So both teams obviously lost their last tournament game, but for TCU here, they are 8-3 against the spread as an underdog, and Ohio State just at 9-10 against the spread as a favorite coming into this one for TCU. They've won 6 of their last 7, covered 5 of their last 7 games. Ohio State 4-1 straight up in their last 5, but they did cover in that last game, so they've covered 5 in a row coming into this one. Ohio State's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. They're 11-8 to the over as a favorite. Let's hear from you in this one. TCU and Ohio State kicking things off in the NCAA tournament. First game out the blocks here tomorrow at 12:15 Eastern, 9:15 Pacific. Let's see how you've got it in the chat here. And we've got Mr. Weskers. He's on Ohio State, I believe. There, yes. And hello to Richie Rich. He'll go with the under in this one. All right, man. Okay. Boy, I thought this would be a big old show here with a lot of people tuning in with a lot of picks, but I guess it's mostly going to be on me here to pick us some winners here in this one. And yeah, I'm going to go with the under here in this one with TCU and Ohio State. Give me the under here to start the show with the Frogs and the Bucks. All right. There we go, Chris Warren, TCU money line there, maybe plus 2.5. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it, gang. All right, next up, Troy Trojans here take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska here, a 13.5-point favorite against Troy. Uh, Now, the story, of course, revolves probably around the Nebraska Cornhuskers here in this one. Nebraska comes in a big favorite here, the number 4 seed, 26-6. This game being played in Oklahoma City. Troy, the number 13 seed, 22-11. Nebraska, of course, led by Price Sanford, the first team All Big Ten performer, averaging nearly 18 points, had a school record, 113 three-pointers. Don't forget a senior rank Mast. He anchors the Husker offense, 13.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Troy won the Sun Belt tournament. They're led by Thomas Dowd, all Sun Belt first team selection, 15 points, 10 rebounds per game. Nebraska's been to the NCAA tournament 8 times. They've come away empty-handed each time, looking for their first NCAA tournament win. So, well, they've had, 4 chances as the higher seed in the first round and did not come away with those wins either. So either Nebraska or Troy will make the program history with its first ever tournament win. Troy does not have a win either in the NCAA tournament, but they have won 4 in a row here, including 3 covered against Georgia Southern in the championship game. They were laying 5.5 there. They also covered against Southern Miss. Didn't cover a big number against ULM to close out the regular season, but again had an abbreviated tournament run with the promotion directly into the semifinals. Troy did go 6-2 against the spread as an underdog this season. They're probably going to be feels like they're kind of a popular choice here with the public getting those points anyway. Nebraska was 13-11 as a favorite this season. For Troy here, they're 5-1 straight up and against the spread here of late. Also, let's see here. Actually, they're 5-2, I think. Nebraska here, 5-1 straight up against Sun Belt Conference opponents. Troy's gone under in 10 of their last 12. These two teams, pretty hardcore unders here. You think Troy has been a solid under here of late. 10 of their last 12 under. Nebraska, 11-21 to the under this season, and 9-15 to the under as a favorite as well. So, there's some potential that this could be a low-scoring game. It might be reflected in the number there at 137. I've got to go with Troy here. Come on. I mean, this team playing pretty well. Nebraska, it's going to be hard enough to win this game, much less by 13 points. Give me the Troy Trojans here in this one. All right, it's going to be Troy for Mr. Weskers. Nebraska wins, says Richie Rich. There's Larry. Hey, Larry, what's going on? Hi, Larry. Good to see you in there. Chris says the Big Ten's always going to be kind of overvalued, actually. All right, and Larry will take Troy. I think that might be it from the chat. Let's keep it moving here at the NCAA tournament. All right. All right, next up, South Florida Bulls taking on the Louisville Cardinals in this one. You got the Cards favored by 4.5 here in this one. Look, it probably was a little bit higher here. It looks like the move's pretty much on South Florida. They actually feel like a pretty a warm dog, if you will, here in this one, all the way down to 4.5. But a lot of momentum, it feels like, for the Bulls coming in the 11th seed, 25-8, 17-3 in the American. Got against the Louisville team that went 23-10, 12-8 in the ACC. This one at 10:30 Eastern. 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific. Now Louisville's Mikel Brown Jr., he's out for at least the tournament's first 2 rounds should they advance due to a back injury. So Ryan Conwell, Javon Hadley will lead an offensive attack that relies a lot on the three. Hadley, a 45% three-point shooter. Conwell averaging 18.5 points per game. South Florida, meanwhile, counters with Wes Ennis, the D2 transfer, averaged 17 points per game and has 19 or more points in 5 straight games. Isaiah Nelson, 15.5 points, 9.5 rebounds. The Bulls won the American title 70-55 over Wichita. We saw Wichita, right? So Louisville leads the all-time series 29-4. These two have seen each other at times in the past, given their previous affiliations, but not for quite a while now. Cardinals are seeking their first tournament victory in 9 years. South Florida hasn't won a tournament game since 2012 in this one. So let's see what you've got with Louisville taking on South Florida here. The line 4.5, 163.5. South Florida's been doing pretty well here against the spread of late. Of course, they're on a big winning streak right now, 10 straight wins coming in. Just 1-11 against the spread, their last 12 against Louisville. But again, that's a pretty wide sample. They haven't met in quite a while. South Florida has gone under in 9 of their last 10 games coming in. Louisville's gone under in 5 of 7. Series has gone under in 5 straight again. But again, it's been a while for these two. Louisville comes in just 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. South Florida 6-1 ATS in their last 7 here. So let's see what you got in the chat, and then maybe I'll come through with my pick in this one. All right, and Mr. Wesker says everyone he knows is on South Florida here. Chris says he's seen South Florida play quite a bit. Mr. Weskers was high on him. Larry likes the over here in this one. And Mr. Weskers also saying a lot of people taking South Florida on the money line here. Chris says he's on USF there, money line. And I think that might be it. I'm on him too. I'm on him. I'm taking South Florida here. Give me South Florida over Louisville in this one. Maybe we will sprinkle the money line, but I'll take the 4.5 points here with the Bulls. Give me South Florida in this one. All right, next up, High Point taking on Wisconsin here in this one. In this matchup, you've got Wisconsin here favored by 10.5. The total 162.5. It could be around 10 here at this point. Maybe it's 10.5. For Wisconsin, the 5 seed, they come in here, the classic 5-12 here against the Panthers, who were 30-4 in the regular season. West Regional here in Portland. This is at 12:50. Let's see here, 2:50 Eastern, 11:50 Pacific. Wisconsin's backcourt of Boyd and Blackwell. They had a big tournament at the Big Ten tournament, combined for 69 points in that overtime victory over Illinois. Boyd, 38 points. Blackwell, 31, become the first duo in Wisconsin history since 1968 to combine to both have over 30 points in a game. Wisconsin expected to get center Nolan Winter back in this one. He should be ready to go in this first round game. High Point defense ranked 161st nationally. Wisconsin has made 403 pointers this season and averages 11.8 per game to rank 4th in Division One. 6 players make at least 1 3-pointer per game for the Wisconsin Badgers. Let's see how you have this one against the High Point Panthers. Here in this one, High Point just 1-4 ATS in their last five, but they are on a long winning streak here right now. Wisconsin 5-1 straight up in ATS in their last six games overall. High Point's gone over in 11 of 16. Wisconsin's gone over in six of their last eight games coming into this one. So let's see what you got here with High Point taking on Wisconsin. I mean, you look at two teams that are kind of filling it up this year. With High Point here, this is the first time that High Point has been an underdog all season here. Believe it or not. For Wisconsin, they are 13-10 against the spread as a favorite. High Point went 20-11 to the over. Wisconsin was 14-9 to the over as a favorite here. So does feel like two teams that may be filling it up here right now. And I'm going to take the over in this one with High Point and Wisconsin. Give me the over here at 164 between High Point and Wisconsin. 162 there on the screen. Yeah, 162 down from 164. Let me update my sheet here. Maybe I'm a little old. Maybe my sheet's getting a little old already here after a couple days. All right, maybe I should have flipped that one there with the extra value there on the over. I'm taking the over. Let's see what the chat has here. All right, Mr. Wesker's on High Point there against the spread. Andre says High Point and the points and take the over. And want to say hello and welcome to Bluick Music. Bluick Music. Hope I'm saying it right. Man, thank you very much for joining me here, Bluick Music. We're doing the NCAA tournament, but I love me some music. You know that. I'll sing songs right here on the air. Our viewers know that. All right, that's that first group kind of. Although when we get to that 10:50 game, I said 11:50. I think 10:50 there for High Point and Wisconsin. All right, let's keep it going here. We're doubling back now. The Siena Saints are taking on the Duke Blue Devils. Duke favored by 27.5, total 136 here. Saints come in here having won 4 straight games into this one. They are 23-11 coming into this one. Duke, of course, 32-2. You might have them on top. You might have them to win the whole thing here, but you got to win them one at a time. They're taking on the Siena Saints here. Siena 23-11 after winning the MAAC championship. Now Duke center Patrick Ngongba is very unlikely to play. Starting point guard Caleb Foster is not expected to return at least until the Final Four. So that'll force the Blue Devils to rely on Cam Boozer, 22.5 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Siena led by Gavin Doty, 18 points per game. He averaged 21.5 points, 6.5 rebounds over 3 games in the MAAC tournament. Duke, 58-11 all time as the number 1 seed in the tournament, and 15-0 all time versus the number 16 seed. They've done this plenty of times. Don't always get the number, but still, man, laying a big one here against the Siena Saints. And look, I mean, you're missing a couple of players. You got Duke, you got, guys on the bench who can definitely step up for the absence of these two players. But, they're still missing players, and the spread kind of just reflects a standard Duke first-round spread. Now, whether or not they can, Siena can knock a couple of points off that, 28.5 here, 136. Siena was 20-14 against the spread this season, just 4-2 against the spread as an underdog. We know they were pretty good in their conference, so they were favored quite a bit. Duke was 19-15 against the spread this season, 15-13 against the spread as a favorite. Now, Duke, we know, is a hardcore under this season. They were 12-22 to the under, 10-18 to the under as a favorite. But you know what? So was Siena. Siena was 11-23 to the under this season, although 3 overs, 3 unders as an underdog. But the two teams combined here, 23-45 to the under this season. Even at 136, I'm going under with these two, with Duke and Siena here. Duke going to get down to business with some defense for sure on Siena. They still may get that money, but it could be a really interesting number here for Siena. I'd be surprised actually if they could even reach 60 points in this game. If they did, you think about it, that would be if they got 60 and you got a 27.5 point spread, that's 147 points. So we'll see if they can hold them down here. If Siena does, if it does go under, you got to think they have a chance, unless Siena really lays a clunker and gets, say, somewhere under 50 points, which I guess is possible. But let's see how you have it here in this one with Siena and Duke. You got Siena here, 5-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 6 games. Duke has covered 6 of their last 9. Duke's gone under in 12 of 18. Siena's gone under in 6 straight. We'll go to the chat and see if anybody has a play here on this one with Siena and Duke. Duking over here for Andre. Mr. Weskers is on Siena against the spread. And let's see here. And Mr. Wester says, when has Duke covered anything decent? I don't know. What is the definition of decent? They did cover against Clemson, 73-61 in the semifinals, covering 10.5. All right. I think that's it from the crew at that one. Let's keep it moving here. At the NC, we got 16. We're doing 16, so we got to keep going. All right. The McNeese Cowboys are going to take on the Vanderbilt Commodores. NCAA South Regional action in Oklahoma City. McNeese comes in 28-5, a 12 seed. Vanderbilt, the 5 seed here, coming in with a record of 26-7 here in this one. Vanderbilt comes in here with a spread record of just 1-2 against the spread. Or I'm sorry, Vanderbilt 13-9 against the spread as a favorite. McNeese just 1-2 against the spread as an underdog. Of course, McNeese and their conference favored a lot of games this year. McNeese comes in here after winning its 3rd consecutive Southland Conference Tournament Championship. Vanderbilt 26-8, at-large bid, 4th place in the SEC. For Vandy, you've got those great guards, Tanner and Miles, averaged 19 and 16.5 points respectively during the SEC tournament run. But McNeese, they are number 1 in the country in forcing turnovers at 24%, and points off of turnovers as well at 27%. McNeese has won 10 straight games heading into the postseason. Vanderbilt enters as one of the hottest teams in the country. They're playing great basketball here as well. McNeese went 14-16 to the under this season. Vanderbilt 10-12 to the under as a favorite. McNeese comes in here 0-6 in their last 6 games straight up against SEC competition. McNeese has gone under in 5 of their last 7. For Vanderbilt, they've won 10 straight against Southland opponents, and they've gone over in 5 of their last 7 games coming in. Let's see what you have here in this one between McNeese and Vanderbilt. Go to the chat here with you guys. And it's going to be Vanderbilt here for Mr. Weskers. Also, Andre says Vandy wins, McNeese covers, and the game goes over. And Andre also says under in the first half. All right. I'll take the McNeese Cowboys in this one. Give me the points with McNeese State. Next up, North Dakota State taking on Michigan State here. NCAA action for Thursday East Regional from Buffalo. 14th seeded North Dakota State 27-7 this year. Michigan State, the 3 seed, they come in 25-7. Michigan State is actually coming into the tournament here with 2 consecutive losses right now. Lost a season finale there, obviously, to Michigan, and then lost to UCLA in the conference tournament, 88-84, in an upset as a 5.5 point favorite. So, yeah, a little bit of something to worry about here a little bit with the Sparty. For Michigan State here, they come in still 13-5 straight up in their last 18 games overall. Michigan State's gone over in 10 of their last 12 games coming into this one. North Dakota enters on a 4-game winning streak. Bison recorded a record-setting 27 wins after claiming the Summit League championship this year, a team record, 27 wins. Spartans struggled to match urgency of UCLA in that playoff game. They fell on Friday 88-84. Fears had 21 points, 13 assists, but North Dakota State is a deep rotation. 6 players averaging 9 or more points per game and have outscored opponents by 11 points per game this season. The Bison don't have the size that Michigan State does inside. Michigan State average starting lineup there inside 6'9". So see what you have though here in this one. North Dakota State 18-13 against the spread this season. Michigan State has gone over here in 10 of their last 12 games. North Dakota's gone over in 4 of 6 games as an underdog this season. Now let's see what you got here in this one with North Dakota State and Michigan State. All right, and Mr. Weskers likes Michigan State, it looks like here. And also Andre here, State on the money line and under. And he says 16 points does sure seem like a lot. All right, for me, I got to take North Dakota State here in this one. Give me more points right now with North Dakota State. I'm going to take them here plus the points. All right, we'll get to that next game in just a moment. Blue Music says, what's your potential upset of the week? Your favorite upset here? Oh, wow, that's a great question. I think right now, I mean, look at the games we've already previewed here. I got to think South Florida has a big chance to beat Louisville here in this first round game. Thanks, Blewett. All right, next up, we'll keep it moving here right now with Hawaii taking on Arkansas in this one. You got the Hogs favored here by 15.5 over Hawaii, total 158. Now, the Hogs are one of 3 teams where I'm holding a futures on, and, well, I got to think that out of all the futures tickets that I hold, it's my favorite after all. Got a $20 future to win $1,200 on the Hogs. Also, I got 40 to win $360 on Duke and 30 to win $120 on Arizona. So I just got a few futures plays in there from the season that I thought there might be some value on. But here, look, Hawaii, what a season for the Bows, huh? They come in here 24-8, the 13 seed. Arkansas 25-8. They are the 4 seed. Hawaii comes in here 13-17 against the spread this season. Arkansas was 21-12 against the spread this season, including 13-7 as a favorite. West Regional here in Portland. So Arkansas, SEC Tournament Championship, looks strong against Vanderbilt. We had them in that one. Hawaii won the Big West Tournament to earn this matchup. Razorbacks, of course, freshman Darius Acuff, one of the hottest players and scorers in the nation, posting 30 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists in the championship game victory. They also have Malik Thomas, a pretty strong player as well. For Hawaii, they're led by Isaac Big Fish Johnson, the 7-foot first teamer, all Big West player, 14 points per game, averages 88.5% from the free throw line as well. This is only the third all-time meeting between the two teams, as Arkansas did win consecutive games back in the 70s in there against the Rainbows. Arkansas's 19-14 to the over this season. Hawaii comes in having won 6 of 7, 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games. Hawaii's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Arkansas, 5 straight wins, and they're 8-4 against the spread in their last 12 games. Let's see how you have it here in this one with Arkansas taking on Hawaii Rainbows. All right. In the chat, let's see here. Andre likes the Rainbows in an upset. Mr. Wesker says a lot of folks are on the Rainbows. Mr. Wesker says will take the Hogs. Rainbows and the points for Andre. And want to say hello to Gazzo in the chat. Hello to Gazzo. All right. I got to take the Arkansas Razorbacks here. I got the Hogs in a blowout over Hawaii here. I'll take the Razorbacks. I'm riding with them deep here right now. And, it still could be tough. Hawaii had a great year this year, but I'm going to take Arkansas to get this one by 20. All right, next up, VCU Rams, North Carolina Tar Heels here. South regional action from Greenville, South Carolina. Watch out here for VCU, man. Coached by Phil Martelli Jr. Carolina comes in with a couple of losses, a little bit short on the lineup here. Also coming in, man, the missing Caleb Wilson here, obviously. That's going to be tough, actually, for Carolina to overcome in this game. Look, they're favored here. I get that, but these are, that's a significant injury here coming in for Carolina, and that's not all. They're just not as healthy of a team coming in here right now into the postseason. They had already lost James Brown as well. James Brown. Rams come in here with a spread record of 16-17 overall this season. Carolina was 19-13 ATS, 10-9 ATS as a favorite. VCU under in 4 of 5 games as an underdog this season, but Carolina was 12-7 to the over as a favorite here. See how you have it in this one with Carolina taking on VCU. Carolina, Wilson has a thumb injury, so he's going to be out. And they're just 5-3 since he's been on the shelf here. VCU's won 16 of their last 17. These teams have never met, believe it or not. VCU is a balanced and deep team. They're built for a matchup like this where a team is basically missing its engine. So they're a legitimate first-round threat here to win, I think. Let's see how you have it. VCU 6-3 ATS in their last 9. Carolina 5-1 ATS in their last 6. They've won 10 of 14. They've won 9 straight against 8-10 opponents. But VCU 4-0-1 ATS in their last 5 games against ACC competition. I'm on VCU here in this one. Going to sprinkle some money line here, and I'm taking the Rams over North Carolina in this one plus the points. Give me the VCU Rams plus the points. Gazzo says lay it with the heels. Andre says VCU plus the points and under. And let's see here. Mr. Weskers is on Carolina, but Andre's got it as an upset alert here. All right, I'm taking VCU in this one. All right, next up, a team we've already seen here in the NCAA tournament, the Howard Bison. Well, they earned the right to advance here to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Thanks for playing, Howard Bison. Hey, they got a chance maybe to hang in here with mighty Michigan. They're getting 31 and a half. And the total 151 and a half. Michigan, 31 and 3, 21 and 2 in the ACC. Howard was 24 and 10, 13 and 3 in the MEAC. Howard earned its first ever tournament bid with that 86-83 win over Baltimore County in the first four. Bryce Harris, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists. For Michigan, Yaxel Lindenborg did suffer a low ankle sprain in the Big Ten tournament, but he expects to play here in the tournament opener. LJ Cason tore his right anterior cruciate ligament, will miss the remainder of the season, so missing a guard there for the Wolverines. Michigan has balance, defense, proven ability against the high-level competition, even though they'll have a clear advantage here. Howard, a pretty good team. They played pretty well down the stretch. They're going to be outmatched here for sure. They've lost 10 straight against Big Ten competition. Howard, though, 9-game winning streak, and they've covered 12 of their last 13 games. That is hard to ignore when you're talking about a 31-point spread here. You're going to have to measure it a little bit, but Michigan is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games, despite that 17-2 run here of late. They've always beat these MEAC teams as well, but Howard just a great cover here. 21-8 against the spread this season, 6-2 against the spread as a dog. Michigan, meanwhile, just 13-18 against the spread as a favorite. I'm willing to take a shot here with Howard plus 31.5 points here with the Michigan Wolverines. I'll take the Howard Bison in this game. They looked pretty good, I thought, in that game against Baltimore County. Baltimore County had a pretty good team. It was a good game, and I'll take 31.5 points here with Howard. All right, and hey, welcome to Eagles SB in the chat. Andre says, down goes Howard. Oh, it says 13. Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, we'll lay 13 there with Michigan, right? There we go. I'll fix the graphic there real quick. There we go. All right, any other, let me see. Oh, did I miss all the comments there? Howard for Andre as well. And Mr. Weskers is on Michigan there. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys have to ask, though. I mean, if you have to ask if it's 13, it was just a typo. But if you have to ask if it's 13 or 31, you might want to take the Howard Bison. All right. I'll take them. The Texas Longhorns are going to take on the BYU Cougars. And with West Regional action here in Portland, Texas has struggled down the stretch. Man, what's going on here? They needed the play-in tournament just to get this one as they knocked off NC State on that late shot to win, 68-66. They were a 1-point dog in that one. Texas just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. They were 8-5 against the spread as an underdog. For BYU, meanwhile, 10-12 against the spread as a favorite. They did cover, though, 6 of their last 4 games. coming into this one. So, look, still kind of a high profile matchup here, right? No matter how you look at it, when you got a Texas team here taking on AJ DeBansa and the BYU Cougars here for BYU. They have went over in 13 of their 22 games as a favorite. Texas was 20-12 to the over, went 8-5 to the over as an underdog. Texas, Tremont Mark was the one who hit that 17-footer with 1.1 seconds left. DeBansa, of course, leads the nation in scoring at 25.3 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 3.8 assists. DeBansa has averaged 27.5 points since Richie Saunders suffered that season-ending injury in February. And they, kind of tailed off a little bit after that. Such a key player. Texas ranks 18th in KenPom offensive efficiency. They run kind of a slow pace and have the fourth highest free throw rate in college basketball. So really sets a matchup where you got BYU center Motas Vokatatis there. He's a big-time rebounder. He's the only rotation player for Texas. Texas, taller than 6'8". So it'll be a little bit tough there, I think, in the boards there. All right, let's see what you got here in this one. Texas comes in here 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games. They've gone under in 4 of their last 6. BYU 0-7 in their last 7 games. 0-7 ATS in their last 7 games against SEC opponents. BYU 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games here coming in. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one. This one's tough. This one's close, and you have a Texas team that has already been out there so far, but BYU favored in the game, interestingly enough here. Let's go to the chat and see what you have in this one. Texas for Mr. Weskers. Texas for Andre. Hello to Jalen in the chat. Hi, Jalen. Good to have you. Gazzo says maybe over, but gotta lean to Texas here in this one. And Andre says Texas plus the points. BYU ain't that good. They only got one real dude, and that's DeBansa. And Andre says this one's got under written all over it. I've got the BYU Cougars in this one. Give me BYU minus the points. I'm taking the Cougars over the Longhorns. All right, next up. Texas A&M Aggies will take on the St. Mary's Gales. South Regional action here in Oklahoma City with the 10 seed Texas A&M coming into this one. A&M was 6-3 against the spread as an underdog this season. Meanwhile, for St. Mary's, 17-10 against the spread as a favorite for St. Mary's. St. Mary's was 19-12 against the spread overall this season. St. Mary's was 13-18 to the under this season, 12-15 to the under as a favorite. Meanwhile, Texas A&M was 19-13 to the over this season. Texas A&M just 3-7 against the spread their last 10 games overall, just 1-5 against the spread all time in their last 6 against the West Coast Conference. St. Mary's has covered 8 of their last 10. They've won 8 of their last 9. They've also gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. Now, Texas A&M will be without Mackenzie Mimbako, who had a foot injury after appearing in just 7 games this season. So that made it a little bit tough on the year for Bucky McMillan and his team. Aggies entering off of a loss to Oklahoma in the SEC tournament, second round, finished the regular season 21-11, going 11-7 in conference. St. Mary's making their 5th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. It's a matter of been there, done that for the St. Mary's Gales. We have a big contrast in styles. You have A&M 30th in tempo this season under McMillan. Meanwhile, St. Mary's, they'll slow you down. They're 300th in pace this season. So A&M led by Rashawn Agee, 14.5 points per game, 9 rebounds with guards Ruben Dominguez, Marcus Hill, Rylan Griffin, Pop Isaacs. They have some dudes for sure. St. Mary's has their own set of top players, of course, with Moraskis and McKeever here. Let's see what you've got in the chat in this one with St. Mary's and Texas A&M. It's going to be St. Mary's for Andre. He likes the over. Timmy Two Shoes likes A&M. Appreciate you, Gazzo. Thank you for checking in tonight. I got the under in this one with Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Give me the under here. I think St. Mary's, no matter what type of team you are, I think St. Mary's dictates what they want to do, and they want to make it slow, and 147 looks high. St. Mary's here for Mr. Weskers. Penn Quakers, Illinois, Fighting Illini. NCAA action here for Thursday. For Penn, they come in here 17-11. They had to play the play-in to get here. Illinois 24-6. They are the 24-8. They are the 3 seed. But Penn, I thought they looked pretty good. I know they were in the play-in, but pretty good effort there against Yale, 88-84. Penn, they look crisp. Look, this is a different setting altogether, but Illinois has had some trouble for sure. Now, granted, given the level of competition, certainly that has to be a part of the story here with Penn coming into the game. But Illinois had all those, they were losing games. They were losing overtime games quite frequently there down the stretch. Several overtime losses during the latter stages of the season for the Illinois Fighting Illini. Penn comes in here 18-9 ATS, 12-6 ATS as a dog. Illinois, meanwhile, 18-14 against the spread, 13-10 against the spread as a favorite. Illinois coming off a 91-88 loss to Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament. Penn's leading scorer, Ethan Roberts, he's out of the tournament with a concussion. That was already the case. TJ Power did miss practice Wednesday due to illness. He's coming off that monster performance in the last game, scoring over 40 points. Illinois has never lost to Penn, 6-0 all time, 3-0 on neutral sites. And they did meet in the NCAA tournament back in 2000. Illinois won it 78-68. Illinois finished just 4-4 in its final 8 games after starting the season 20-3. Penn's gone 9-1 in their last 10. They did win the Ivy League championship, but they haven't beaten a Big Ten team in quite a while. And Illinois always beats Ivy League teams. Penn's covered 8 straight. Right now, they've gone under in 13 of their last 14 games, talking about the Penn Quakers. Meanwhile, Illinois has gone over in 6 of their last 9. Penn was 6-20 to the under this season, 5-12 to the under. Here, give me the under in this one with Penn and Illinois. I'll take the under here in this one. go to the chat. And we've got here Illinois wins, but not going to cover 25.5, says Andre. And Timmy Chooch has got to be under. You think Illinois is going to score 90 or more? Next up, the St. Louis Billikens will take on the Georgia Bulldogs here with the Billikens, 2-point underdogs to Georgia. St. Louis comes in the 9 seed, Georgia the 8 seed. You got the 9-8 here in the Midwest Regional in Buffalo, because that's where you hold the Midwest Regional, of course. Total here 170. This one 169.5, whatever it is. You don't see this too often, but it's probably come to expect it here. It feels like in this game. Let's see how you have it, but it might be a little low, believe it or not. With these two teams in this particular matchup. St. Louis comes in. This is only the second time all season they've been an underdog. They did cover in their only other meeting as an underdog. They won the game. They are 18-14 against the spread this season. Meanwhile, for Georgia, they won 5 of their last 6 games after making some lineup adjustments. Jeremiah Wilkinson averages 17 points per game, has 49 steals this season to lead the team. St. Louis hits 40% of their three-pointers, averaging 11 three-pointers made per game. A10 Player of the Year, Robbie Avila, may not be 100%, but they're not letting in on that. It just looks from the appearance, but still averages 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Shoots 50% from the field, 42% from 3. St. Louis is trying to kind of go back to how they looked at the beginning of the season. They actually lost 4 of their last 8 down the stretch, including to Dayton, 70-69. They're in that last game. Georgia, meanwhile, comes in here 9-7 against the spread as a favorite. Georgia 7-9 to the under as a favorite. St. Louis was 15-17 to the under this season. St. Louis has covered just 1 of their last 6 games overall, while Georgia went 5-2 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games. Georgia's gone over in 6 of its last 8, but St. Louis has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall. So, oh man, let's see what you have here in this one with the Billikens and the Bulldogs. We're looking at NCAA tournament action here. Let's hear from the chat. Here we go. We've got Andre's on St. Louis here. Andre likes the over. Timmy says he likes St. Louis. He likes St. Louis, but it's got to be Georgia in this one. And Andre says cream Abdul-Jabbar. It's like cream, like the color of your coffee cream. I think that's why he's got the goggles and he's got the light skin pigmentation. Can I say that here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel? And Mr. Wesker says Georgia's failed him too often here. And how about Andre? He has St. Louis here to reach the Sweet 16. How about that? Wow. I'm going to go over in this one. I think we're going to get some team might get 100 points here in this game. Give me the over with St. Louis and Georgia for sure. Man, am I going too fast? We've only got 2 games left. Kennesaw State is taking on Gonzaga. Oh, man. Gonzaga is favored by 21.5 here over Kennesaw. Kennesaw's a great story. They got a great coach, won 3 in a row here, 21-13, the 14 seed. Gonzaga, the 3 seed, 30-4. Now, Look, Gonzaga is going to win this game. It's not going to be an upset or anything like that. But I just want to comment on Gonzaga here as someone who hey, watched a few Gonzaga teams over the years. I don't think this Gonzaga team matches up with any of the previous Gonzaga teams. It feels like over the years, I really don't think they have. They don't have that. The one thing about Gonzaga is I've always had kind of. I thought they're one big NBA type talent, especially when they've had their deep runs. I just don't know if this team has that uh, type of player. If anything, Braden Huff, he's missed 15 games due to a knee injury. He won't even be available for the first weekend still here of the tournament, moving closer to that return, but they got to win first. Uh, Jalen Worley, who sits out the first two regular season games, returned to play 39 minutes across Gonzaga's two WCC tournament games. Coach Pugh said that he's recovering well and should be near 100% on Thursday. Graham Ike, he might be your one guy, but look, 19.5 points per game, 57% shooting. He scored 35, 34, and 30 points in three separate games down the stretch. I guess he is the man for the most part. Kennesaw State earned the automatic bid by claiming their first ever Conference USA Tournament Championship with those three straight wins. The Owls won their conference tournament, winning those three games in 3 days. Pretty impressive. Western Kentucky, Sam Houston, Louisiana Tech. They covered them all. They were underdogs in two of them. They were 1.5 point favorites in the championship game. Kennesaw 8-4 against the spread as an underdog. But they're going to have a rough time here scoring, I think, against Gonzaga. Give me the under in this one. I'll take the under with Kennesaw and Gonzaga. Let's see what the chat pros have to say. Okay, it's going to be Timmy Two Shoes has an under here in this one. Under for Andre as well. Mr. Wesker's on Kennesaw. And Andre says he's got EK for a double-double. And Timmy says he's got EK for at least 10 boards here. All right, and let's see here. One more, is that it? Man, I shortened the show here with NBA and NHL. It's still a long, we're going to preview a few games. We'll look at a couple NBA and a few NHL, but it's all about the tournament today. We're going to be breaking it down all the way here once we get out of this. There'll be plenty of NBA and NHL, but tonight it's college basketball time. Idaho and Houston here. The Vandals are in the NCAA tournament. They're back. It's been a while. Welcome back, the Vandals, to the tournament. 21-14. They're the 15 seed. Here, this one's in Oklahoma City. Number 2 seeded Houston comes in, but off of a loss, obviously, to Arizona. 79-74 is a 2-point dog. Did not get it done in that game for Idaho here. They come in off the tournament victory, 77-66 over the Montana Grizz. They also beat Eastern Washington. Whew. Sorry, game. Idaho just 3-7 against the spread as an underdog. Houston struggling here to the number of late, just 2-7-1 in their last 10 games overall. Houston comes in, though, having won 5 of their last 6. Idaho is 5-0 straight up and against the spread, their last 5 games overall. Houston 14-20 to the under. Idaho 12-20 to the under here in this matchup. Look, we're still dealing with the Houston Cougars here. We know they can totally bog you down on a moment's notice here. Idaho's probably going to be severely overmatched in this game. I'll take the under, though, as my play here with Idaho and Houston. Give me the under in this one. All right, it's going to be Idaho for Mr. Weskers. Houston first half for Timmy. Andre says Houston wins, but they don't cover. It'll go under. Man, that is it. 16 games in the NCAA tournament in no time flat. We crushed that there, and you guys did too. Good luck tomorrow in the NCAA tournament. All right. We're going to move on here and just do a couple of games from the NBA and NHL. It's all about the tournament action here today. So, look, we've been with you an hour here already. It's not like we're didn't just felt like it went fast because it's so fun to talk NCAA tournament. We got to take a peek though at the NBA here. Timmy Tushu says Kelvin Sampson will have that incredulous face and expression like, what the heck just happened? All right, let's look at a couple of key games in the NBA. Just 2 games, an 8-game card. I'm going to look at a couple of games here real quick, and then we'll get on out of here with the show. Hopefully we'll have we'll look at plenty of games here, but we're not going to cast aside our NHL or NBA coverage. I'll go to the Magic and the Hornets here to take a look at this one with the Hornets here favored by 4 against the Magic. Total 237. 2 hot teams here in the Eastern Conference, although Orlando has lost a couple of games in a row coming into OKC and Atlanta. Still, Orlando 13-12 against the spread as an underdog. Charlotte's been incredible. 20-12 against the spread at home. 15-10 against the spread as a favorite here. See if you guys want to chime in. We're just going to make it kind of quick here with these matchups, but I like the Charlotte Hornets to keep it going here right now. They've won 9 of their last 12. Yes, they are just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. They covered against Miami last time out. Very good game here. Important game for these 2 teams in the standings right now. We talk about where the teams lie, and you do have right now the Magic sitting there in 6th place. That's going to be okay given the circumstances right now. And for the Hornets, they still are in 10th place trying to catch the Sixers. I don't know if they'll do it. You really need to get to 8th place. Oops. Let me get my graphic back up there. You really need to get to 8th place to really have a chance in the play-in tournament. 9th place and 10th place just never gets there. So Charlotte does have to keep winning. Orlando, they're pretty comfortable here. They're not going to get higher than 5th place, but they're right there, 1 game back of the Raptors and a half a game ahead of the Heat. But I'm still going to take the Hornets in this one at home. Give me Charlotte in this one. All right, here, Andre's on the Hornets. Mr. Wesker's on the Hornets. Timmy likes the Magic. Thanks for being the crew there tonight, you guys. I'm only looking at one more. Oh, Andre there. I'm only looking at one other game here in the NBA of our 8-game card. It's going to be the Lakers and the Heat. Man, the Lakers, can you believe it? They just keep on doing it here right now. No matter what, whoever you put in, it doesn't matter. The Lakers are taking them down. Now, the Lakers did play last night, 124-116. They beat the Rockets, okay? And they just keep on rolling here no matter how you look. It was a sweep of the Rockets on the road, basically by a combined 16 points. They won by 8 points. Couple nights ago, came back 2 nights later last night, won by 8 again over the Rockets. For the Lakers here, they've covered 9 of their last 10. They still are just 12-16 ATS as an underdog. Miami, meanwhile, 41-27 ATS, 21-15 ATS as a favorite. The Heat, we mentioned they're in 7th place right now. That's good. That's fine. They still could pass the Magic. They could pass the Raptors. I don't think they're going to get up past 5th place here, but they could fall as low as maybe 9th or so if they didn't keep it going right now. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, 7 straight wins here. They're 44-25. They're in 3rd place. They're actually a game and a half clear right now of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's see what you have here. Lakers are 16-12 to the over as a dog. Miami also trending a little bit over here of late, not tremendously, but Miami over in 5 of their last 7 overall. The Lakers have won and covered 7 straight, but they're on the back-to-back here. The Heat still playing pretty well here. I think it probably comes to an end for the Lakers with the back-to-back. Yeah, the Heat coming off consecutive losses to Orlando and Charlotte, but I'm going to take the Heat here in this one over the Lakers, as hot as they've been back-to-back here against a decent team. Give me the Heat in this one. All right, so it'll be Lakers over for Timmy. And Andre's on the Lakers. Luca is on fire. And Damon says the Lakers will win this one easy. All right, that's it for the NBA, you guys. Just 2 games. You know, the other games have all the other games have a team that is out of the postseason. So we just took teams basically the 2 games here. Yeah, there were a couple other ones in there with good match. The Suns and the Spurs as well. But really, we just picked 2 games where both teams are going to the postseason. Kind of do the same thing in the NHL tonight. Let's look at a handful of games over there. We'll look at 4 here of the 11 games tonight. And we'll start it off with the Canadiens taking on the Red Wings here, NHL action for Thursday. And got to pick them here, basically. Total 6 in this one with the Habs. Maybe it'll be Davish in there. 37, 20, and 10 for Montreal. Detroit, 37, 23, and 8. Coming into this one, Montreal coming in off of a win over Boston, 3-2 last time out. They got the win a couple nights ago in overtime. They haven't been playing great in the last few games, but Detroit coming in off a 5-2 win over Calgary, that snapped a 3-game losing streak. So for Montreal, they are 15-7 on the road, 21-14 as an underdog. Detroit, meanwhile, though, 19-11. At home. Detroit, though, has lost 5 of their last 6 at home, 5 of their last 7 overall. Montreal's won 4 of 6. They've also beaten Detroit in 4 of the last 6 meetings between the 2 teams. Montreal's gone over in 7 of their last 10 on the road, but Detroit's gone under in 9 of their last 13 games overall. Now let's see what you have here in this one between Montreal and Detroit. In this one. All right. I'm taking, for me here in this one, I'm taking the Montreal Canadiens to get the win on the road here over the Red Wings. Give me the Habs in this one. All right. Canadiens will keep it rolling, says Timmy. And Andre's on the Wings here. All right, next up, we've got the Kraken taking on the Predators. We're not looking just at all playoff teams. The Predators and Kraken are both on the outside. Well, the Kraken here actually they're tied with the Kings, though, on 71 points. After the Kings there last night, or not last night, when, get that, let me get that here. Too much hoopla on the mind. The Kings here will play tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia last night beat the Ducks in overtime. So anyways, what we're talking about here is, of course, the Predators and their standing right now in the West. Nashville is 2 points behind the Kraken here. Kraken are on 71 points. They're in the playoffs. In the playoff picture. They're second. They'd be in if the playoffs started today. The Predators, meanwhile, are on 69 points. Obviously, if they got 2 points here, they'd have 71 points. So I think we got an important game here between the Kraken and the Preds. Kraken coming here 31, 27-9. Nashville 30, 28-9. Seattle's won 2 of 3, but lost last time out to Tampa Bay 5-2. Nashville, meanwhile, comes in off of a 4-3 win at Winnipeg in a shootout. For Seattle, they're just 26-32 as an underdog. Nashville 11-7 coming in here as a favorite. Nashville 19-14 to the over at home, but Seattle 28-32 to the under on the road. Let's see how you have this one between Seattle and Nashville. This is an important game here in the Western Conference right now. And you have the Predators here, $1.35 against this Panthers team here coming in. For Seattle here, they come in having won just 2 of their last 5. Also, they're just 3-6 in their last 9 on the road. Nashville, though, 4-8 straight up in their last 12. Nashville's gone over in 7 of their last 9 at home. Seattle's gone over in 4 of their last 6, and 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over here. Let's see what you have in the chat, though, in this one. The total was what? I think it's, I don't think it's 5.5. Hold on. I think it's probably a 6. It might even be 6 over. Yeah, 6 under 15. So let me fix that. Definitely about 135 though. 6 under 15 in this one. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it straight there now. Let's go to the chat, see if you guys have a pick in this one. And let's see. Crack on the puck line for Andre. Timmy says Kraken. He's got McMahon for a point. Nashville's been too inconsistent. And Damon is on the under here in this one between these two. The teams did meet just 9 days ago. It was 4-2. Nashville got the win in Seattle. They also met on New Year's Day. Seattle won that one 4-1. All right, and I'll make my call here in this one. I'm going to go under with the Kraken and the Predators. I'm going under as well. All right, couple more here on the show. Hope you don't mind the abbreviated show today. It's not abbreviated. I mean, we're previewing some good games here. Come on. We've got the Sabres, though, taking on the Sharks here in interconference action here. Buffalo cross country here taking on San Jose. Buffalo. You guys got to talk about Buffalo. Can't stop talking about Buffalo right now. Aren't they going to win the cup? Hey, I got that 20 to win 820 on them back just when they were starting to get hot on that first hot run. They had won 3 or 4 in a row, and they looked good then. And they look good now. They just beat Vegas 2-0 in one of their most impressive wins during this whole thing that's been going on. They're an incredible 20-11 as a favorite. They're 20-11 on the road. 42-20 overall. San Jose, meanwhile, is 17-10 at home, but I don't care. I like Buffalo. Can't stop them right now. Ain't no stopping us. All right, let's see here. I don't know, but hey, there's Jermaine in the chat. Oh my gosh, Jermaine, this show's over. Here, I got one more I'm going to look at on the card anyway. Here, like I said, kind of an abbreviated with some of these other games with the big NCAA tournament, but I got to take. Oh, Damon is going with the Sharks, though. And over. I'm with you there, Damon. I think over. Timmy here is on the Sabres in this one. Okay, I can't stop going with the Sabres right now. Okay, I've got one more on the docket here. It's going to be the Mammoth taking on the Golden Knights here. Important game, Golden Knights right now, 3rd place, 1 point behind the Ducks, 1 point behind the Oilers here at this point. Let me go over the standings to make sure. 2 points behind the Ducks. The Ducks got a point there yesterday. For the Mammoth here, they are in the playoffs, 76 points right now. From first wild card here currently is their position. Utah comes in. They just snapped a losing streak with that win, 35, 27, and 5. They knocked off Dallas 6-3 last time out. Vegas, meanwhile, did play a couple nights ago. Like we said, they lost to Buffalo in that game. Still, Vegas 16-11 at home. Utah just 9-15 as an underdog here. Mammoth has played well, no doubt about it, but they did beat Vegas 5-1 early back in November here, but I think it's just too good of a price for me to pass up. I've got to try the Golden Knights here at $1.30 or so. Give me the Knights in this one. All right, Damon says the Knights to lose. Timmy says, got to play Utah. You just never know with Vegas right now. Yeah, you know what? They probably should do a little bit better here. I do have so I have the Buffalo's future. I already tore up my ticket on Florida, even though there's no ticket, but you know what I mean. And then my other two futures plays were Vegas to win the Western Conference, 50 to win 250, and Vegas to win the Cup, 50 to win 600. So, it's been a rough season here for Vegas compared to their expectations, but they're still, in there, and I don't know, they can still win the Pacific Division. Actually, it's kind of a wild race. Hey, that's going to do it for Night Moves here. Like I said, hopefully you didn't mind the little abbreviated show. And for you newcomers, we usually do the whole card, actually, except for teams that aren't going to the playoffs. But we did the 16 games, and we'll do the same thing tomorrow. But come weekend, we'll get those other games back in here. We've only done every game of every team all season long, so you know what? We'll just focus on the NCAA tournament. I'm not shortchanging you guys. I just got to be realistic here on how long we can go on Tony's channel, and don't want to mess up the algorithm or anything like that. All right, thanks to Damon too in the chat. He says could be trapped tonight. But also a lot of newcomers in there tonight as well. So I want to appreciate those guys for stepping in, saying hi, and letting us know they're watching. Guys like Gazzo, guys like Jalen in there today. Eagles SB was in there as well. Bluick Music was good, right? Bluick Music did us a solid here today. I think I got to Brayson, also Chris Warren. Thank you guys for keeping the show positive and interactive with me here on Night Moves. All right, don't forget, join us here tomorrow for more Night Moves. Also, don't forget Tony's Picks Morning Show. They'll be going over the action as well, going right into the games there probably, or at least within an hour of the games. There also, make sure you join Rod with the happy hour. Make sure also I'll be on the drive-through with Tony. The drive-through, it's on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel now. I tried for 6 years to get on the drive-through there back in the day, trying to ask Mr. Wilson to be a pick dog, but never worked out. So never made it. Here I am on the drive-through now. What an honor to be on the coolest sports pick show on YouTube. So make sure you check out the drive-through. All right. Don't forget, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm coming off a pretty nice day here myself, going 5-0 yesterday. They're perfect on the card. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. I'll have my college basketball package in there. I'll have a day package. I'll have a night package. And maybe we'll find some NBA or NHL in there as well. A little tennis, a little soccer. Who knows? College baseball, one my only play today. So check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's going to do it. Thank you, everybody, for a great show. Back tomorrow and do it again. 16 more college basketball games in the tournament. Enjoy the madness tomorrow. For the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas. Enjoy the madness.